Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 16 updates and spoilers. We have two house guests of the day today, Get in My Belly 12 and our Shipman. So to answer your question, Get in My Belly 12, I've auditioned for this season and last season, but this season, did you guys see how like casting closed, but then they're like, no, we're extending it for like a few days or whatever. So I didn't apply until the extension because I was like, screw it, I'm not doing it. But they didn't want me anyway, so there's that. And yes, I would audition again in the future because it would be a dream come true to be on the show. And our Shipman, I'm so sorry I didn't see your email until today. I updated my list today, and happy belated birthday to your angel in heaven, Devin, for July 22nd. Okay, so if you guys want to be house guests of the day, send me a private message on YouTube. All of the dates are full right now, but I've been doubling up for like the last month, so it's going to be fine. We're just going to double up. It's all good. Alright, so yesterday they had the Battle of the Block competition, and it seems to have involved dominoes, which is fun, and punishments, which is really fun. There was a little element of how bad do you want it, which I enjoy. So, as I said yesterday, Caleb and Victoria won, so they're safe. Donnie was dethroned, and it sounds like he took a swim in a dunk tank. Zach and Jocasta, their new name is Jack, are still on the block, and Nicole is the HOH for the rest of the week. So let's talk about the punishments real quick. Caleb is on slot for 2 weeks. I'm not sure if Victoria is too. Let me know if you guys know in the comments. I don't think she is, but I'm not sure. Caleb also has to shave his head, and he is going to be chained to Victoria for 48 hours while they're wearing Adam and Eve costumes. They even have to sleep in the costumes, but we'll get there. So Caleb and Victoria have excuses galore about these punishments and why they shouldn't have to do them. So Victoria's like, I don't want to wear the Adam and Eve costume because I've gained like 20 pounds since entering the house. 20 pounds? Really? I don't think so. Caleb is like, I might cry when they shave my head. I would not be surprised. He also said that they can't shave him because he has an offensive, discriminatory tattoo on the top of his head, under his hair. And he's like, yeah, it's an iron cross that has something on it. It's really bad. And the house guests are all like, no, BS. They're calling him out. And Derek is like, hey, is this like the time that you told me that you went to West Point and you lied about it? Yeah, so Caleb is like, well, I should have gone there. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, so we'll get back to that. Frankie and Zach had a strategy chat yesterday, and Frankie was like, Zach, you're going to win the POV, and you're going to take yourself off. And then they want to try to get Nicole to nominate Donnie, but then they still want to vote out Jocasta this week. So they're agreeing that if Frankie wins the power of veto, he doesn't really need to use it because Zach is safe against Jocasta. So Frankie tells Zach, yeah, if you get house guest choice, don't worry about picking me. You should pick like Hayden or Cody. They don't know about the plan. Alright, so it's time for Adam and Eve to enter the Garden of Big Brother. I'm wondering if these costumes have anything to do with that Adam and Eve website or whatever that they have a million commercials for during Big Brother After Dark. I'm gonna assume that Adam and Eve is a sponsor. So there's that. So they got their costumes around 7:15, 7:20-ish if you want to check it out. And Victoria is wearing a green bikini and Caleb has a Speedo, and they both have leaves attached to their bathing suits. So there's also a vine with leaves chaining them together. It's not very long either. So another thing about this costume, no shoes allowed. Ah! Alright, so it's time to shave that head. Beast Mode Cowboy is about to become Shave Mode Cowboy. So this happened right before 8 p.m. if you want a flashback. And they actually let him off a little easy. They didn't make him fully shave it didn't Brendan have to do that a couple seasons ago? Like, full-on shave? No. They let him have more of a buzz cut, so they were kind. And Victoria started out the shave party on Caleb, and then Derek took over. And you know what? He didn't look that bad. It's not a bad look for him. But, Caleb, I guess you didn't have that head tattoo because it wasn't there. Liar. Okay, so Nicole and Hayden touched base yesterday, and from their conversation it sounds like Frankie is still the target, but Nicole is getting more and more worried about Zach possibly coming after her next week, especially if it's a double eviction. So she's just making it very clear she does not want Jocasta to go home this week because it would kind of be a waste of her HOH. Okay, so Frankie is crawling up Nicole's butt. He tried to get information from her last night in the HOH room. She's like, oh, Frankie, you're fine. Like, Zach is my target. He's like, cool, don't change those nominations. I mean, he doesn't seem worried that he's going up, but he's definitely trying to cover his butt, because like I said, he is all over Nicole, and he's just like casually throwing Donnie's name out there. He's like, oh, Donnie's so grumpy. Donnie always goes to bed so early. Bleh. He's always complaining about how we're loud. Alright, so Cody and Derek had a chat in the HOH room on their own last night. Just running scenarios, you know, things that bros do. So they're like, alright, if Donnie plays in the POV, wins the POV, and takes down his friend Jocasta, the replacement options are slim. It's either them, Frankie, Christine, or Hayden. And Hayden is definitely not going up. Chances of Christine going up at that point, pretty slim. So they're like, we need to really solidify this deal with Nicole so that it's not going to be one of us going up on the block. So Nicole comes into the room, and they talk about how Frankie's got to go this week. And she's like, you know what? I just want to, like, make sure this all happens. Let's keep Zach up on the block if possible with Frankie so that one of them definitely goes. And they're like, yeah, alright, cool. And they also tell her, we're going to protect you from Zach if there is a double eviction. So Derek comes up with a name for this group, and he comes up with the name Quad Squad. This is the 4-person alliance with Derek, Cody, Nicole, and Hayden. Hayden is not in the room at the time, and they're just like, we'll tell him later. They all love the name. So Derek tells him about it a few hours later. He's like, okay, cool, we'll see. So last night, Frankie invited himself to sleep in the HOH room. We'll come back to that. Alright, meanwhile, Zach was busy writing a poem. He wrote up a speech for if he's still nominated against Jocasta on Thursday. He's kind of like jumping the gun a little bit with this speech, but here it goes. Roses are red, violets are blue. Nicole is my target. I'm coming for you. I love all of you so much, and I am so grateful. Maybe I'll even change my ways and not be so hateful. You've all made it to jury. You're on the right track. Fans at home, please hashtag Zach Attack. The ceremony is important. The wrong choice may cost ya. So when you go into the diary room, please vote out Jocasta. He's the next Dr. Seuss. Okay, so Donnie this morning was a little bit worried because he found out that Frankie slept up in the HOH room with Nicole, and he's like, what the hell's going on? Because he knows that Frankie's after him. So Hayden is like reassuring him, no, it's okay. Nicole is still going through with that plan. It's gonna be okay. Frankie is just like out of control. So yeah, he is. Frankie and Christine are trying to call the shots this week. Nicole's shots, not theirs. So it sounds like they're still completely in the dark about the plan, which is hilarious because Frankie was laughing today about how funny it is when they have unanimous blindsides. Yeah, so he and Nicole are trying to poison, no, he and Christine, I thought that sounded weird, are trying to poison Nicole against Donnie because they really want him up as the replacement nominee because they don't want to go up on the block. Alright, let's talk about something fun real quick. Have-nots were decided today. So Hayden, Cody, and Frankie are the have-nots this week. They all volunteered. It was easy for Nicole. She only had to pick 3. So America voted for them to enjoy key lime pie in addition to slop. I kind of wish it would be funny if it was P as in P-E-E instead of P. I'm sick. So I guess they're going to be enjoying peas, limes, and pie crusts. Good for you guys. So Hayden expressed today his dislike of the name Quad Squad. He said, that's lame. So they all got together today and they decided to change the name to the Rationale. Really? That sounds so pathetic. But anyway, they should focus more on what they're doing instead of that stupid name because their alliance is already struggling. Derek was talking to Cody today. He's like, you know what? I'm just not trusting Nicole. What? So he's like, yeah, she's definitely working with Hayden and they're both working with Donnie. Okay, Hayden is supposed to be part of the alliance. Also, Donnie was in on this plan to get rid of Frankie before y'all were in on it. So just like chill out. So Derek is like, well, we should probably keep Frankie if he goes up on the block this week. WTF! Alright, also, he's like, yeah, if nominations stay the same, we're gonna keep our boy Zach. We're gonna keep those numbers. Just stop now. I can't. So, Nicole and Christine were talking, and it's so obvious that there's a strain on this friendship. So, it's just not the way that it was on day 5. So, Nicole is like, okay, Christine, if the veto is used, who should go up on the block as a replacement if not Donnie? Because she doesn't want to put Donnie up. So Christine's like, Derek or Cody? So Christine also is like, Nicole, the guys told me that I should wait to tell you, but I'm going to tell you right now. Hayden hooked up with Victoria. Which he did not! So Nicole goes with this information to Cody, and she's like, yo, Christine said that she wants you or Derek to go up on the block. So then Cody tells Derek, and Cody's like, I don't know, man. I think that we should trust Nicole. And he says that they can verify that this information is true because Nicole also told him about the hookup with Victoria's story, and Cody is like, how else would she know about that? So Nicole is really not happy about that hookup thing either. She was like, Hayden, what the hell? And Hayden's like, that did not happen. No. So, moving on. It's time for the Power Veto competition. The players are Nicole, Zach, Jocasta, Christine, Caleb, and Victoria. And the host is Frankie, which means that Frankie is not playing. So, check back later for the results. They're doing the competition right now. I'm going to put the results in the info for this video. And until tomorrow, which should be exciting. Much love.
Edit.